Britain calls the suspected nerve gas attack in Syria a war crime. Russia insists the reports aren't credible. As the death toll continues to rise, emotive scenes over at the UN as the US ambassador holds up pictures of the dead.
How many more children have to die before Russia cares?
Also tonight, Labour under fire for not kicking Ken Livingstone out of the party. He remains unrepentant. The Royals join a service of hope 2 weeks on from the Westminster attack. And they call him the Red Baron of Norfolk, the GP who'll take to the skies in his handmade replica warplane.
This is the ITV Evening News with Charlene White.
Good evening. Russia and the West have clashed over yesterday's suspected chemical attack in Syria. Still to come on the ITV Evening News. 2 weeks on from the Westminster attack, the injured widow of one of those killed joins thousands in the service of hope. And the parents of a critically ill little boy tell a court why his hospital shouldn't be allowed to let him die. Those stories and more after the break. Welcome back. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and Prince Harry joined survivors of the Westminster terror attack at a special service of hope today. A toddler attacked by a dog remains in hospital with serious injuries tonight, but is no longer in a life-threatening condition. The girl was bitten in a playground in Chatham in Kent yesterday evening. Police shot the animal dead and have arrested 3 people in connection with the attack. Bradley Lowery is to be given an honorary 41st place on the race card for Saturday's Grand National. It will help raise money for the terminally ill 5-year-olds campaign. And the show jumper Nick Skelton has announced his retirement from the sport. The double Olympic champion and his Rio Olympic gold medal winning ride, Big Star, will compete for the final time at the Royal Windsor Horse Show in May. And finally, a century ago, the sight of a Fokker triplane flown by the infamous Red Baron would have struck fear into any British pilot. It certainly looks like a labour of love. Can't wait to see that take to the skies. Well, that's it from us for now. Of course, there is more on our website at our usual address, itv.com/London. It's Julie Etchingham in the chair at 10:30. That's just after the nightly show. But for me and everybody here on the 6:30 team, enjoy the rest of your evening. Goodbye.
The horror of Idlib. Trump points the finger at Assad over the deaths of innocent children, but will he act? As hospitals are overwhelmed by victims of the gas attack which took the lives of 80, the president described it as an act which cannot be ignored by the civilized world.
Their deaths was an affront to humanity. These heinous actions by the Assad regime cannot be tolerated.
His ambassador at the UN also held up images of the children to try to elicit a response from Russia, but has yet to little effect. Also tonight, Livingstone and mounting Labour anger. He faces a second inquiry over claims of anti-Semitism. Heartbreak and hope, a special service for the survivors of the Westminster terror attack. And the end of a golden era. Olympic champion at 58, Nick Skelton says it's time to retire.
This is ITV News with Julie Etchingham.
Good evening. We thought we had seen and heard the worst of it yesterday, but more images and more accounts of a gas attack have been emerging from a rebel Syrian town under fire from President Assad's forces. Tom will be here tomorrow from all of us here tonight. Good night.